wrestling fans and community, last night we seen the new formation of The Rock and Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and Jimmy Uso, as the Bloodline has now became a bigger powerhouse faction in the WWE, and that has a lot to do with the joining of Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Now, of course, he is going to be a heel. We've seen this. He talked to the crowd like he did back when he was the Hollywood Rock, even corporate Rock. There was just a lot of good stuff that he done. He is very good at getting people to cheer him, even while talking trash. And that's something The Rock has shown throughout the years. So today, what I'm going to do for y'all is break down every heel version of The Rock, starting back from the 90s until today. There hasn't been many because Rock has been a huge face in the WWE, and it worked for him. But even his heel runs did work for him, and not in only getting him to be the person he is today, and the athlete and the wrestler inside the ring, but also just making him a huge overall individual. So, with that being said, we're going to start off things with the Nation of Domination version of The Rock. Now, the Nation of Domination was a run in 1997 that The Rock had. They did not cheer him, they booed him a lot, and actually he didn't have a lot going on. He was failing to make an impression in the WWE at that point. Rocky Maivia actually joined in a 1997 episode of Monday Night Raw, when it was Raw is War, helping Farouk win. And he joined the Nation of Domination, which consisted of Farouk, The Rock, D'Lo at the time, and The Godfather. It also did throw some other characters and wrestlers into it. You see Mark Henry join. You seen Owen Hart join at one point. But during this time, this really helped solidify The Rock that he could do a heel version of himself and still get over with some members of the crowd. During this run, he actually won the Intercontinental Championship. So it was one of his mid-card runs as a champion, but it still solidified him as a big name in the company. They took out DX at one time. They feuded, I do believe, with the Ministry. So there was a lot going on, but it was really good for The Rock to see that happen and just be able to continue to mold himself into the wrestler and athlete and superstar we have today. Following his run as the Nation of Domination, we actually got to see the other side of The Rock. We call this the Corporate Champion. Now, Corporate Champion Rock was completely different from the Nation of Domination. The Rock had increased his charisma throughout every episode of Monday Night Raw. He surpassed Farouk as the leader of the Nation of Domination, and the WWE fans were warming up to The Rock's cocky personality and actually running with it. It was very, very different, and with him on the mic during the Nation of Domination, he actually turned himself into a huge fan favorite, as he was even being in a evil, gang related faction in the WWE at that time. But at Survivor Series of 1998 was when things completely changed, because in 1998, that's when we seen the sinister turn of The Rock in a WWE Championship tournament. So The Rock had aligned himself, of course, with Vince and Shane, and basically took out Stone Cold Steve Austin. to get the original WWF championship back. The Rock would even work with the crowd, so he wouldn't ponder to the crowd and what they would want. It was kind of what we see Roman Reigns do now. Corporate Rock was the darker side of The Rock throughout his career. One of those matches includes a match with Mankind, and it was a very brutal match at the Royal Rumble of '99. Mankind took, I do believe, 11 chair shots as he was handcuffed. That's where we've seen The Rock win a championship as well. There was also his first heel turn at the Survivor Series, and then in 2000 as well, The Rock became the champion again over the course of the summer into SummerSlam. He ended his reign with Triple H 2000 at King of the Ring in a 6-man match, holding the title for about 4 months. He fought against Triple H, Chris Benoit, Kurt Angle. So the title reign for The Rock during the corporate Rock era was extremely wide open. He had Mankind, Triple H, Kurt, Chris Benoit, talent across the board. But he was still getting over with the crowd, cutting great promos, being able to say and do truly what he wanted to on the mic. And that's something about The Rock that has not changed and that we are glad to see. But with corporate Rock ending, we moved into a new era of The Rock. The Rock, of course, as we all know, had went off to Hollywood. He done the Scorpion King, done a few mummy movies, and he came back in the early part of the 2000 era and gave us a new version of The Rock that was still a heel, and it still got over with the crowd. We seen the birth of the Hollywood Rock era. This version of The Rock was the most cartoonish and evil persona just because of the way he carried out his mic performances in the ring. We've seen in-ring concerts by The Rock. He was trash talking, he was sarcastic, he was a bully on the mic, but it worked per se. You did see him go along and do the concerts. He would talk about the Sacramento fans during that concert. He would get booed, and it really didn't affect him. During the Hollywood Rock era, we did see him go up against Hogan. Had a great feud that ended at WrestleMania. We've seen a reunited feud between him and Austin. We got to see him make fun of Goldberg and give us Gilbert. That was the introduction of Gilbert for anyone who remembers that. And we did get to see that match between him and Goldberg happen as well. So there was a lot of good things to happen with Hollywood Rock as well. But in my opinion, this version of The Rock was not the most dominant. It didn't really help him solidify anything else that he had not already done. I think corporate Rock really helped put a plant on what a heel version of a superstar is supposed to look like and how you can make that turn. Now, with that being said, last night we seen the birth of a total different version of The Rock, and that version is called Bloodline Rock. At least that's what I'm going to call it. Don't know what anyone else is calling it. It will be known as the Bloodline Rock version 2024. He has aligned himself with Roman Reigns. He has called out Cody Rhodes. He even made a statement on social media that stated, "You fucked around and you found out quick, didn't you, boy?" So, going off the fact that he called out Roman and The Rock's grandfathers, great-grandfathers, The Rock just flipped the script and went complete and total heel. Now, with this version of The Rock, what are we going to be looking at? Are we going to be looking at more lines of darker version of corporate Rock with everything that happened with Cody talking about the family? Can we see that version of The Rock come back? Are we going to see a good mixture? The Mike promo that we seen last night was good version of Hollywood Rock, how he was talking to the crowd. The way they held up the ones and held themselves in a what looked like a group at the moment, that could be more hints towards a faction of Nation of Domination 2.0 with the Bloodline. And then, of course, just corporate Rock with the vest and the swagger that he brought to the ring. I think we're going to see a great mixture of all these attributes brought in the one. But as a Rock fan growing up, even his heel runs have been great. I do believe we're going to see something crazy happen with this Bloodline version of The Rock. I can't wait to see what does happen. Of course, as always, let us know in the comments what you think. You're going to be looking forward to how you feel about The Rock's heel turn at the moment. And as always, wrestling fans, we appreciate you for being here. We will see you on the next one.